Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We're back with some more CinemaCon coverage. Today we had the Lionsgate panel, and they actually brought some heat during this panel. A lot of news, not a lot of trailer descriptions. I don't think they dropped any trailers, but if they did, I'll of course have a reaction for you. But let's cover the news that they had dropped, because as I said, they got a lot of news dropped. Before we get started though, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 700 subscribers, helps it a lot. But yeah, they had the Lionsgate panel today. Later today, they are having the Universal panel, so I will be covering that also, so stay subscribed. Then they had their first look at the John Wick spin-off Ballerina, and it was shown including Ana de Armas with a sword ready for action in a snowy background. That sounds like it's all up my alley. You know, we had some news about Ballerina getting delayed all the way to next year. Got delayed a whole year because they had to do like some reshoots, include some more action sequences. You know, I was really devastated when that happened because I was just waiting for this film. It was on my most anticipated list. But, you know, if they have to make it better, they have to make it better. And I'm actually really excited for it still. It's probably going to be on my most anticipated list of next year. And just hearing that she gets to wield a sword in a snowy background, I'm like, I'm all in for this. This is going to be really cool. And I think Keanu Reeves is going to make a cameo in it. So we're probably not going to get any first trailer for this for a long time, but it's cool that it's actually turning out to be a pretty good movie, and some pretty good visuals I've heard are in this too. And then we got a new live action Monopoly movie announced there, and this is going to be produced by Margot Robbie. I don't know if she's going to star in it because it's probably in the early development stages, but a live action Monopoly movie, that sounds kind of insane. But if you think about it, Margot Robbie is really producing some interesting movies. She's producing this, a Sims movie, and of course she did produce the Barbie movie. So she's like going all in on the game route, which is actually kind of cool for her. Monopoly movie, how will it work? Live action, how will it work? They're just going to be stealing towns from each other, and I don't know. People are going to be put in jail. And who's going to play the Monopoly guy? I don't know, but this sounds pretty interesting. Then Lionsgate and Blumhouse are going to partner for a new Blair Witch project. I don't know if anyone else is excited for this. I really can't be excited for it because I've never seen any of the Blair Witch movies. I know the first one, the Blair Witch Project movie, is actually really well received. So if you're a really big Blair Witch fan, get excited for this. But I don't really know too much about the brand. I'll probably have to catch up if this actually does come to fruition. But they're going to partner for a new Blair Witch project. And then we got some news about Now You See Me 3. Some news that we kind of already knew. But Ruben Fleischer, of his course, coming back to direct this. And it's going to bring back the whole original cast and combine them with a new generation. That's an interesting twist. I don't know what that means. Does that mean we're not going to get a lot of the original cast? I'm kind of worried about the new generation stuff, but it says combined, so maybe they'll all have a great role in this. That means they're going to get some new people in this. I wonder who they're going to cast for this. Still happy though that the original cast is coming back. That's what made those films special. You know, they're not the most amazing films, but they are just really fun magic films. I love when people do magic, and it's just really fun films, so I cannot wait for this to come out. Then they had some news about Guy Ritchie's next film, which is titled In the Gray, and it follows a group who operate in the middle of criminality and the law. And this course going to star Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal, Isa Gonzalez, and Rosamund Pike. That's a great cast right there. You know, you had Henry Cavill and Isa Gonzalez in his newest film, which I really enjoyed. People don't really, you know, Guy Ritchie kind of makes the same film over and over again, but I really like his style, and I think that he does a great job. And having Jake Gyllenhaal in this, because he was in The Covenant, that's going to be great. Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal coming together. I'm really in for this. Guy Ritchie, I can just eat up what he makes. I think he makes some pretty fun films. And then they also had The Strangers take the stage at CinemaCon. Nothing really came out of that for us. They got a little bit of footage shown for them, but the movie is, you know, coming out pretty soon, so we don't really have to wait too long for that. But, you know, they did take the stage. They showed some footage for them. I think that they said it looked pretty good, but yeah, it's coming out pretty soon. Then they had Eli Roth and Ariana Greenblatt take the stage to talk about the new movie Borderlands, and they did show an official new trailer for them after at CinemaCon, and people who were there said the trailer looks pretty good. Maybe needs a little bit, you know, more VFX touch-ups, but we'll probably get that official trailer in the probably in the next month, to be honest. Next month or in June, because the movie is coming in August. Still very excited for it, but I'm on the fence. I'm a little bit worried how that's going to turn out. And then they talked about The Crow for a little bit, and they basically said that this isn't, you know, this is like a new take on The Crow, and it's not supposed to compete with the original Crow, because I know some people are really hating on this new one. I haven't seen the original, so I can't really say anything, but it's not really competing with it. It's not like a full remake against the new take. Eric Davis gave us a little bit of tease. He just said we watched an exceptionally violent R-rated extended look and it is ruthless. This one will go hard. Also really hearing some good buzz on it. I'm getting excited. I'm already pretty excited for this movie. Only because, you know, Bill Skarsgård, I think he's a terrific actor, and I think the visuals look pretty cool. And of course, they use that one Post Malone song, "Take What You Want" in the trailer. That got me hyped up. But just seeing this guy go on a rampage and start killing people, and he can't even be harmed, it's a pretty cool premise to me. I'll definitely have to watch the original Crow, but you know, I don't understand why we're fighting with the new one, with the old one. If this a new one's a new take, then I don't think it should harm you. Just if you don't want to see it, don't see it. Don't be complaining online about it. There's no point for that. But hearing good things about that new Crow movie. Then they discussed a new movie called Never Let Go. This one is starring Halle Berry, and it will release on September 27th in theaters. The film follows a family during a post-apocalyptic future, but one child begins to think the apocalypse isn't real. You know, I've heard this one's kind of like a horror movie, which from the description you don't really get that feeling. I mean, it is post-apocalyptic, but it's such a wild description. One child doesn't think it's real. Like, is it in everyone's head? Is it not? Like, it could be a really cool, mysterious movie. Halle Berry is in this one. That's gonna be really cool. But we don't have too much information. But it is coming out pretty soon in September. Then so we had some other new movies being announced, which the first one was called The Killer's Game, starring Dave Bautista, Pom Klementieff, and Sophia Botello. And you know, Brandon says it looks awesome. It says that Bautista is a hitman diagnosed with a terminal illness, so he takes out a hit on himself. The doctor was wrong, but it's too late to undo the hit order. Looks like a blast. This cast looks great. I'm very excited for this movie. Hopefully it turns out great. Not sure if it has a release date yet, but it does have that pretty good description. Then you had Lionsgate's Flight Risk, which stars Mark Wahlberg and is directed by Mel Gibson. Mark Wahlberg plays a pilot that's actually a hitman. Wahlberg gets to play the bad guy and looks like he has a lot of fun to do with this, a psycho killer. You know, what's with all the hitman movies? It's kind of crazy, but I'm not complaining. Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson teaming up, which is funny. You know, they kind of teamed up in, I think it was Father Stu they teamed up in. I'm not really sure on that one. And then you had another small description of a movie called Shadow Force, which is in every action heist movie you ever rolled up into one. Boats, planes, tropical locations, guns, more guns, swords, and motorcycles. And Kerry Washington is starring in this movie. Not sure who's actually Joe Carnahan's directing this movie, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Couple interesting movies for Lionsgate coming up, probably some low budget ones, but a lot of action movies they're teaming up with here. It looks like Lionsgate is teaming up again with Keanu Reeves, who's going to star as an angel named Gabriel in Aziz Ansari's Good Fortune, who then loses his job after granting a wish that doesn't work out. This one also stars Seth Rogen, so I have no knowledge about this movie. Supposedly, it's pretty hilarious from the trailer that they showed at CinemaCon. Happy that Keanu Reeves is going to be in more movies. I love Keanu Reeves. He's one of my favorite actors. But seeing him as an angel, that's gonna be so weird because we've seen him as John Wick for so many years. Seeing him as an angel just sounds odd. But if this is a comedy, Keanu Reeves can do pretty well in a comedy, I think, because he was, what Netflix movie was he in? I forget what Netflix movie he was in, but he showed up for like 5 minutes and it was a hilarious performance. But that sounds pretty cool. And then Lionsgate ended it off with talking about the Michael Jackson biopic, which will include over 30 songs, and it hits theaters, of course, April 18th, 2025. So a long ways away, but it's in the next calendar year, so we don't have to wait too long. But yeah, 30 songs, that's kind of crazy. This could make a lot of money. You know, the Lionsgate people think, oh, it could make $1 billion. Probably not going to make $1 billion, but it could make a decent amount of money because lots of people love Michael Jackson. You know, there's stuff in his personal life that we aren't going to delve into here, and I won't delve into when I talk about the movie, I don't think. I just love his music. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. He's made like the most impact. He's probably the biggest pop star of all time, if I'm going to be honest with you. His songs make a lot of impact for everyone, including me. Steven comes here. He says the Michael Jackson movie footage looked fantastic, showed tons of events from his live. Producer Graham Kong says the movie will show both the public and private life of Michael. Don't bet against this one. Could be a big hit. So you're gonna get the public and private life of Michael, which could be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. I feel like it could do a lot of box office if it's going to include all of his songs. Probably going to be a pretty long movie too. We have to wait less than a year in April. I'm really looking forward to it. Legendary, they kind of surprised. They had a lot of great news come out, and I'm actually really looking forward to all their movies in the next calendar year. Let me know down below, what were your favorite, drops that they had? What were your favorite topics that they talked about during the CinemaCon panel? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, come back for the Universal coverage later today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.